Welcome to the Own Your Choices, Own Your Life podcast. I am your host, Marsha Van Weinsberg. I'm a business coach, speaker, and author of the best-selling book, When She Stopped Asking Why. On this podcast, we will use the tips, tools, and strategies used by myself and our speakers to break through and overcome the challenges in our lives. When we take radical responsibility of our choices, create boundaries, grow our courage, and practice self-care and letting go of what isn't ours to control, we can completely change our stories. When we take full ownership of our stories, we take back our personal power, and this allows us to impact, serve, and support others by showing them that they are not alone and helping them find freedom from their stories. When you own your choices, you truly own your life. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the show. Today we are having a quick episode on misalignment. And this seems very appropriate because I know I'm not the only one in this space. And I've had a lot of other coaches and colleagues that I spoke to that have been really feeling this lately. I think as we've been navigating so much over the last couple of years, and now we're getting back to air quote normal, even though things just feel so different now. There's been this constant work of what's alignment? What do we do? And to be honest, I haven't really given myself a lot of time to even think about this because I feel like it's been this cycle of, okay, go, get shit done, make things happen. Oh, wait, don't like that. Pivot, move, pivot again. And I think that's normal in business. I really do. But I think that we've created this message that misalignment is a bad thing, and it's uncomfortable. There's no question. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good, but I do think it can teach us a lot. I actually think it can teach us a lot. And this is a reflection thing that I find myself going through right now. So what if it's actually teaching us something, or we can ask a different question in the moment and recognize that it's actually putting a light on something for us to show us what is or isn't working in our life and in our business. So how do we figure this out? I'm going to keep this super simple episode. I want you to just think of it this way. What does alignment feel like to you? If I said to you, what in your life or in your business is in alignment? Can you think of times in your life or business that you have felt so in alignment, and maybe you're just working in joy, you're using your gifts and things feel really easy? Have you ever had those times? And I can't tell you how many times I've actually talked to clients and I've said, okay, what does alignment feel like? What brings you joy? And you could literally see them go, joy. I don't know. I have no idea. I think that we've been in such a hustle culture of go, go, go that, get the next thing done and the next thing done, that we don't always stop to think about what lights us up, what feels good. That's a compass. That's a cue of what alignment is and what it feels like. The next is we can't actually know what alignment feels like if we don't know what misalignment feels like. Oof, I know, right? I know. It's just we can't know the light if we don't know the dark. We just can't. The two have to go together. We're not meant to live only in this one space where it's all smooth and all rosy and all of these things all at once. I think we have to live in misalignment to know what isn't working. And those are the moments that can teach us the most about ourselves, such as if we can sit there and you're going, okay, I know I'm not in alignment. Now, instead of looking at your entire life and going, okay, well, my whole life is crap and nothing is in alignment. It's not true. Look at the areas that are giving you the most frustration. I'm a generator in human design. If you don't know human design, generators the not self theme for me is frustration. So frustration is the clue that this is not working. It's the neon light sign happening. Doesn't mean that I pick it up fast enough, because I don't. I get caught in doing things and all of a sudden it's oh God, there's all this frustration again. So when we're in this space and we're feeling that frustration, we feel out of alignment. I think it's actually really important to stop for a second and practice that pause, which I know is incredibly uncomfortable for a lot of us, is practice that pause and get curious, ask questions what am I here to learn? What is this time teaching me? What am I missing? What do I not have in my space? Sometimes it's as simple as I'm not meeting my own needs. I need more boundaries. I have to move more. I want to get back into my practices that support me, my soulful practices, the things that light me up. And maybe it is recognizing like where some of those things have to come in place. For me, whenever I feel major misalignment, it usually comes down to stopping into a space of ownership and go, what am I not doing for myself that I need right now? It's not that we have to do more, but it's recognizing that if I have a few things that actually fill me up on a regular basis, they light me up, they give me fuel, they give me fire to keep going, and I'm not doing any of them, but I'm working like crazy to meet everyone else's needs, then that's a red flag. Like that's a red flag. Something's not working. So sometimes it's just getting curious about what misalignment is and what do I need more of or less of, or what do I need to say yes to or no to in order to bring myself back in alignment. And I think that alignment is a moving target. It's a constantly moving target. So please don't look at it and go, okay, why do I feel in alignment today and then I don't tomorrow? Because life is changing every single day. We are changing every single day. Things are moving. Things are changing. Our demands change. I always like to give the example that I can literally like eat the same things on a daily basis, do the same practices. Sometimes I can sleep great. Sometimes I can't at all. And so what can happen is I can be doing the same, like the best things for me every single day. But if I wake up in the morning and I am absolutely exhausted, then all of a sudden, like my best is probably going to be about 70% that day. And that's why I have to stop and check myself and go, okay, this is what I've got for today. So you have to meet yourself with where you're at. There's going to have days you're going to knock it out of the park. And there's going to be other days where it's like, whew, this is not working. So alignment is going to change every single day. I think what we have to do is to zoom out and look at it and go on the big picture, on the big spectrum. If we're having more consistent days that are misaligned and that energy is just off and it doesn't feel good, then that becomes the time where it's like, okay, I've got to get real and honest with myself here because this isn't working. Something is not working here. If you're ebbing and flowing between the two, welcome to being human. That's what happens. It just happens. And even though like I love being an entrepreneur, I love having my own business. Does that mean that 100% of the things that I do in my business, I absolutely love and feel in 100% alignment? God, no, like that's not even close to real. So be realistic when we're looking at this, because this is, I always want you to set yourself up for success. Like that's really a top priority, honestly. So when you're going, okay, I know I'm not in alignment in these areas. As we zoom out and look at it, pick one or two areas. Something I would encourage you to pick the most simple thing possible so that you can make a change and make that change. And then that's going to spill into the next day and the next day. Always striving to be in your most alignment possible is going to serve you best. And it's going to serve the people that you are meant to serve the best too, because they're going to get to see the best of you. They really are. Like, I think it actually is a very brutally honest moment when we can go, you know what? The world is not getting the best of me right now. No one's going to come and fix that. That's up to me to step in and create a change and do that. So some of the things that like you can really do when it comes to creating more alignment, take a look at your schedule, your calendar. Are you blocking out times? Are you getting vitamin D? Are you getting outside? Are you off of your devices? Are you getting some fresh air? Are you moving your body? Are you drinking enough water? Are you surrounding yourself with the people who fill you up? Are you asking for help when you need it? Are you getting enough rest? Are you getting enough support? Are you getting space? Are you practicing some journaling, some breathing, some meditation, your NLP tools? Any of these things can help to bring you back in alignment. Because I think put it back in perspective, sometimes we might be like 3 degrees off. It's not like, oh my God, she's like completely off. It's not even close. Maybe you are. I don't know. But sometimes it's just a couple small changes and it can make such a massive difference in that shift. So I would love to know how this speaks to you, how it's landing for you, because misalignment is teaching us something at all times. And I actually think we can learn more about ourselves in times of misalignment. And this is this piece on ownership, honesty, brutal honesty with yourself, compassion, grace, meet yourself where you're at. And honestly, just allow yourself to keep moving forward because honestly, I think you're doing incredible. This is not an easy journey. It really, really isn't. And the more compassion we can give ourselves, the better. So have an incredible day. Shoot for your version of alignment. And if you are misaligned, meet yourself with compassion, maybe a sense of humor, and recognize that you're normal. It's all normal. Have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Own Your Choices, Own Your Life podcast. If you love this episode, please submit a rating and review on iTunes, and please share it with someone you think could benefit from hearing this message or this podcast. I love connecting and meeting you, so please screenshot the episode and tag me on social media or Instagram stories at Marsha Van W. And until next time, remember, when you own your choices, you truly own your life.